afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today from our Islamabad studio. I'm Chris Taylor. Pakistan and Iran have welcomed what both sides describe as a significant diplomatic breakthrough for regional stability. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif held a telephone conversation with Iranian President Dr. Sharif Pezeshkian and described the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding as an important step toward peace in the region. The Prime Minister said the agreement would support Iran's reconstruction efforts and further strengthen Pakistan-Iran relations. President Pezeshkian praised Pakistan's role in the mediation process, including the contributions of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir. Both leaders also agreed to expand bilateral cooperation and expressed their intention to visit each other's capitals in the near future. In related developments, U.S. President Donald Trump says Washington expects a complete ceasefire on all fronts following the Iran agreement, including between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. In a statement, Trump called on Middle Eastern countries to maintain their commitments as negotiations continue. He also rejected reports claiming the United States would provide Iran with $300 billion, describing those reports as fake news. Trump said the agreement would contribute to lower oil prices, economic benefits, and what he called a successful outcome for the United States. Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance has strongly defended the administration's approach to the agreement. Speaking at the White House, Vance urged Israeli critics of the deal to reconsider their position, saying President Trump remains Israel's strongest ally. He warned that challenging Washington's stance would not advance Israel's interests and noted that a substantial portion of Israel's defensive capabilities has been supported through U.S. funding. Vance also revealed that he may travel to Switzerland this weekend for technical negotiations with Iran, although those plans remain subject to change. The United States military has also announced the lifting of restrictions on maritime traffic to and from Iranian ports. U.S. Central Command stated that, under orders from President Trump, American forces are no longer blocking vessels operating in the Arabian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. CENTCOM added that naval assets will remain deployed in the region to monitor compliance with the agreement and support maritime security. In Tehran, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei has commented on the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding. In a statement, Khamenei said he initially held a different view regarding the agreement with the United States, but approved it after receiving assurances from Iran's leadership. He said Iran accepted the arrangement on the condition that its rights and the interests of the resistance front would be protected. Khamenei also stressed that Tehran would not accept excessive demands from Washington and said continued dialogue does not mean accepting the American position. Global energy markets reacted quickly to the latest diplomatic developments. Oil prices fell after the United States and Iran signed a framework agreement aimed at ending the conflict. Brent crude dropped $1.53, or 1.9%, to $78.02 per barrel at 13:26 Greenwich Mean Time. Analysts say easing geopolitical tensions and renewed optimism about stability in the Middle East contributed to the decline. And finally, in sports, South Africa kept their hopes of reaching the World Cup knockout stage alive with a 1-1 draw against the Czech Republic in Atlanta. Michal Sadalek gave the Czech side an early advantage before Teboho Mokoena converted a late penalty to level the match. The goal was South Africa's first at a World Cup in 16 years. Both teams now have 1 point and remain in contention for a place in the last 32, although victories in their final Group A matches may be required to secure qualification. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today. I'm Chris Taylor.